Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of R&D Podcast. Due to the circumstances we're all facing, Ryan wasn't able to record this week, so I did a little side project and did an episode of His and Hers with my wife. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy. Hey, babe, how's it going?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I mean, as good as one can be. And what is it, day 6 of isolation here?
Yeah, and one of the reasons why Ryan couldn't be here is quarantined. So,
Well,
not that
isolating, not quarantine.
Yeah, isolation.
Two different things.
Crazy. But I don't really want to talk too much about that. We kind of brushed in it last week on the episode. So this week, let's find out.
This week's all about me.
Yeah, let's find out who my wife is. It'll be interesting. I don't know very well.
Might find out something new, I guess, in the last 9 years of knowing me.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yes.
How's it going? You're 20 weeks pregnant.
It's going, yeah. The first month and a bit was kind of hard. I mean, I feel like I had it easier compared to most, but hard for me.
Yeah.
But the rest has been pretty good. It's a learning curve, that's for sure. But can't complain so far. See what the next half brings, though.
It's so crazy how like a woman's body can do that. Just start developing a child within themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's weird feeling the changes, especially they happen so quickly. I feel like, I mean, for me, like I said, I knew pretty much the day after.
Yeah.
Like I just had a feeling, and like it's weird how you can just know something like that and feel so differently right away.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, I mean, as a guy, you just watch and help. You know, you don't really participate in the growing of a child. How like any cravings that you?
Any cravings? I mean, I crave sweets, I guess, but I feel like I've always craved sweets.
Yeah, who doesn't crave sweets? You know,
I don't know, nothing too weird.
I crave sweets. Doesn't mean I'm pregnant.
Well, I went through that sandwich phase. I was like really obsessed with sandwiches, like breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, and dinner sandwiches. Those were my meals every day for a while. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I was just needing the carbs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what. I'm not sure how the baby probably tells you what you want, and that's where probably cravings come from. Yeah. But you hear like weird cravings like pickles and peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes when we talk about pickles, I'm like, yeah, I could do with a pickle, and like I feel like I never really felt that way about a pickle before, but I don't know if that's really a craving. If I just feel like it would be a tasty treat, but.
Yeah, but I haven't seen you eat anything pretty crazy, like nothing that I would be like, oh wow, that's. Yeah, she's pregnant.
Nothing yet. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they get worse. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, for us, it's our first pregnancy, so it's kind of all new territory.
All new, yeah.
And
taking
you can read all the books, and you can read everything you know, and learn as much. But I mean, firsthand is pretty much the only way you can do it.
I feel like for me, like I definitely was reading a lot of books and information and articles at the beginning, like. I just didn't know exactly what to do, what I could and couldn't do, and I needed to learn like quickly. And then I just kind of felt like after a month or so, I was like, okay, well, I know the basics and basically just follow my body from this point. And after that, it just became too much information, you know, like if I need something, if I need information, I can just Google it. Yeah. And go from there. Or there's like the Facebook groups, you can always ask questions in. But the books become overwhelming. It's so much information, like... I think I only read like the first quarter of one of them, and that was just too much.
Could you imagine what people would thought back in the day before all this information was available to parents and pregnant women?
It would have been, well, I mean, I guess we rely on it so much now, though, so it's different.
Do you think people are more open to taking criticism and suggestions than they were back in the day where they'd be like, I got this, like, just leave
No, I think people are definitely...
Like, the older generations are a lot more like...
People are more opinionated, but they always shut down your opinions, I think, nowadays. Like, everybody's always wrong and you're always right. So I think nobody wants to take advice from other people nowadays. No.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you looking forward to the last half?
I am. I'm excited to like actually look real pregnant too. Like I feel like now, like I think I look pregnant, but like you said, it just kind of looks like I've eaten too much, and what other people say too.
Drink too much beer.
Yeah. So it'll be nice when it's like noticeably pregnant and not just looking out of shape.
Yeah.
But
have you noticed any cravings for like red meat since you don't eat any red meat or pork or anything? Has there ever been any?
I honestly, I thought maybe I might get that, but no, I haven't really. I don't know. I feel like my dietary restrictions
or
and
choices?
stuff, like, yeah, like they haven't really changed much. Like, I mean, like I said, the sweets, like I probably eat dessert 4 times a day, and I would never do that before I was pregnant. But other than that, no, I haven't really craved red meat.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a little bit concerned about the gluten thing. Like, I haven't really looked into it. I guess I should, but
I don't think it's transferable. Like I said, I've known people.
I know it's not transferable, but like, because I haven't been eating it through the whole pregnancy, like, will it create a sensitivity to the kid, you know?
First thing they do, they come out, you just slather some gluten on your nipple. They can have milk and gluten.
Ew. Just put a piece of bread on there, like,
no,
as
bread.
A protector?
Just like gluten, like flour.
No, I don't know.
You know.
I should look into that. I keep meaning to, but baby brain gets the best of me and I forget. But.
Get the kid eating...
because you can do that with lactose intolerance. So, like, if you stop eating dairy, often you become lactose intolerant. And so, I don't know.
Yeah, and there's some people that they cut out eating gluten, and they became gluten intolerant. Yeah. Your body just doesn't know how to break down the process that kind of stuff anymore.
I mean, I guess I still have it sometimes, though, because, like in the soy sauce, like
I don't drink milk, but I eat ice cream and I eat cheese. So, I mean, I do eat...
Well, milk is gross, so who drinks milk?
Oh, milk?
Ew.
Yeah,
I mean, personal opinion, but I think it's gross.
I loved milk as a kid.
Oh, I hated it.
Really?
Ugh. That and apple juice. Was never a fan. Orange juice all the way.
I never liked apple juice. I liked orange juice, yeah. But I was big milk and cookie guy, you know.
Yeah, it's weird because I
leave my cookies.
I love
in there.
apples, but I hate juice. Apple juice.
I hate juice.
I like juice. Just apple juice. I don't know. It's just weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it is weird. It's a lot of sugar in there.
Yeah.
Like they're like kids drink too much apple juice and it like rots their baby teeth.
Yeah.
Which
gotta be
they
careful.
still give cavities to that. Like it's weird, right? Because those teeth end
I think you have to because then it could cause more problems.
Yeah, rotting out the gum line.
Because a kid has their baby teeth for a long time, so like some of them don't start losing it till like
probably like 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, it's a long time to have a cavity. It would like rot your face.
Oh, the kids get their teeth in their first around like what 9, 10 months, or they start teething even earlier.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. We haven't read that far in the books yet.
Look at us, just gonna come in all.
We should start those books this week and self-isolation, I guess.
Yeah.
I picked it up today. That's a start, I guess. Brought it downstairs.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
It is. It gets overwhelming. But
and I mean, people have been raising children for thousands of years.
That's the thing. Like, I start reading and looking into it, and I'm like, if all these people in the world can do it and, like, not have these resources and be maybe always not coherent even, like, to raising a child, I think we'll be just fine. And take things day by day.
Out there with kids, and you're like, how do they have a kid?
There's a lot of people there.
They can't take care of themselves, or they're just not physically or mentally ready. But tons of people in the States that have difficulties. A lot of young women too. They get pregnant, and then because of the abortion laws and stuff, they can't get rid of it. So then they end up having a child or giving up for adoption. But that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what parts of being pregnant are you not pregnant, but parts of being a mother are you looking forward to?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm excited to just take on the whole challenge. I think but
if you think about like a specific thing, like doing
the thing, doing trips and just like experiencing life through a kid's eyes. Like I feel like we've done so much ourselves as adults. Mm-hmm. And, like, as a married couple or a couple in general, I mean, I guess mostly a married couple, but it'll be fun to take it on through a child's eyes. Like, even like things like Christmas, like, we love Christmas, but now we get to experience it through a kid's eye. And it's like, yeah. And like Halloween, like, you and me don't celebrate Halloween whatsoever, but in the next couple years.
You can't go walking around as a 30-year-old
but like,
man,
even like, we don't really dress up and go to parties or anything. Like, we never really have. Like, maybe when we were a lot younger, but it'll be fun to like experience all those things as
okay, well, I
parents.
don't think we're taking kids to the club.
No, you know what I mean? Like, just celebrate it in general. And, like, all the things have different meanings because you have a kid. Like, I don't know. Even in your day-to-day life, like, when you go for a walk, like, it's an adventure for a kid, you know? Like, they see a new bug or something, and that's exciting to them, whereas we would be like, ew, gross, let's keep walking, you know? It's like, you have to take time to explore these things.
If my kid likes spiders, I'm going to dump like a whole ton of spiders on him.
If they like spiders, we're out.
Yeah, I'm so out. I will literally, like, I will create a phobia for them.
Yeah. That was like when our nephew, I don't want to mention names, I guess, but was caught the spider in our garage and wanted me to close the lid and was chasing me around. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to so badly for him, but I couldn't. It was too much.
Yeah, I'm
gross.
I have a massive arachnophobia.
Yeah. I mean, props to his mom for being able to do stuff like that. I guess if you're a boy mom, you kind of have to change a bit, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah, and that's another thing is what kind of gender do you think you'll have or will have?
I don't know. I get so torn. I think, well, like I was saying, after that last scan, after our last scan that we had just at the doctor's, it was kind of a crap scan, but because our machine was bad. But I don't know. I got really strong girl vibes for like 2 or 3 days, and that was like kind of the only time I had gender vibes. But after that, I've been 50-50. Like, some days I'm like, no, it's definitely a boy, and then some days I'm like, it could be a girl. I don't know.
It is just a toss-up, though.
Yeah, it is. But, like, some moms get, like, really strong feelings. Like, our friends that just found out they're having a girl, like, she was very confident the whole time it was a girl. And it was.
Yeah, but they're just gut feelings. I mean, I go to...
but, like, maternal instincts.
Yeah, but I go to the casino and I throw down money on, like, red or 2nd and 12 on roulette table. I have real good gut feelings.
I think it's different when the gut feeling is literally inside your gut.
Yeah, well, technicalities.
I wish I got those gut feelings. Like, I really was hoping that I would have that gut feeling just for fun, like, just to see if my maternal gut feeling was true. But it will be exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I can start shopping and decorating and
can't go shopping.
Online shopping. I can, but yeah, it's too bad we had to cancel the reveal. But I guess now I can start shopping online quicker.
Well, we're not canceling it. We're just moving it to a
canceling the
full-on
party,
safe for everybody.
COVID-19 approved party.
Yeah, but, which is everyone's got to do their part, and unfortunately that's what we're up against right now. So. Until things,
I think, what we're dealing with is the least of anybody's problems as well.
Yeah,
so.
and being pregnant, you don't want to risk anything. Neither do you want to have any older family members being in a risky situation.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
No. So, you and I, we just traveled quite a bit in this past year.
Yeah, sorry. Just got giggly.
Okay, excellent. Giggly good.
Pregnancy, it's weird times. Carry on.
Traveling, yeah, I know, but we went traveling a lot. And you've also been traveling a lot, just working for Princess Cruise Ships, which you're probably glad you're not working on now.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I was talking to a girl I used to work with on the cruise ships and dance with. And we were just saying, like, how glad we were that we're not there right now. Like, I couldn't even imagine it. I mean, for crew right now that are, like, healthy and all the passengers are gone, it kind of looks fun because they're just getting to kind of take over the ship and be quarantined together on the ship.
Are they at sea then?
I guess, yeah, I think they're allowed to port, but maybe not get off the ship, it seems like. But this is just what I've seen from, like, Instagram. I don't know facts or anything.
Do you think that would be? Like,
honestly, I don't know.
Could you imagine being on there for 3 weeks of the same ship, not being able to leave?
I guess, but they're still, like, if they're getting into port, then you're still getting, like, good Wi-Fi and everything, and, like, it would suck, but I think it would also be kind of fun.
Stuck in a house. It'd be fun, I guess, in a little bit, but massive ship with a bunch of people that you already know.
I mean, like I said, though, I don't know for sure if they're allowed on and off the ship. I mean, I'm guessing at this point they're not, but I don't know.
Probably not. And
I think probably quite a few of them have been sent home, but I also don't know. It sounds like they're not really allowed.
If you can stay on the ship and you knew you weren't going to get sick, that's a perfect place to just hide out.
Oh, totally. And I mean, they're having, like, pool parties, and they have all the amenities. Like, other ships are bringing them food and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's going to be a big, huge party. Like,
it would get bored over a while, 3 weeks, a month.
You'd probably get a bit of cabin fever. But think about how big a ship is, too. Like, they have so many amenities, different things.
Like, how many people are...
And they're like, I saw today somebody was, like, going to the spa and stuff. Like, they're still going to offer their services because they're capable.
How many crew are on a ship?
Lots.
Okay.
Like depending on the ship, I don't know.
Okay, so like say one of the Princess Cruises ships you were on.
Oh, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's like
1,000?
For every passenger, there's 2 crew or something.
What? There's like 4,000 crew?
Maybe, I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't remember the numbers, to be honest. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's for every
passengers. That makes more sense.
For every 2 passengers, there's a crew. I guess I don't know. I can't remember.
1,000 to 1,500 crew members then.
Yeah. It just depends on the size of the ship, though.
An average good-sized ship that people like to go on. I don't know. I'm not talking about
no, they're all
dinghy.
different.
Yeah, well...
But yeah, there's a lot of crew, and, like... Yeah. And, like, think about, like, the people that... Okay, the laundry services, like, they're never allowed in passenger area. They're in crew areas their whole contract. And now they get free reign of the ship. Like, that's pretty cool. They still have to work.
They still have to do all the, like...
Well, not really. Like, yes and no.
I mean, it's a lot less.
You're not working your usual 12-hour day that you're normally working.
Who's in charge? I guess the captain's in charge?
Yeah.
And then what? Like, there's...
And then each, like...
like, laundry manager? And
yeah. Like, each department has their own, like, head person.
And they all report back to the captain, then?
Yeah.
Okay. So the captain is the leader, and, like...
Yeah, it's the captain's ship, essentially, like...
And then the captain talks to the company?
Yeah.
Okay. I never actually thought about how a cruise ship works.
Yeah, so, like, for the time being, like, captains aren't on there for very long, I think.
What?
2 or 3 months at a time.
Oh, okay. I think they're like, I'm on for like 4 hours and I'm off.
Like, maybe 2 to 4 months at a time. And then during that time, though, it's their ship, and, like, they get the say in what's kind of... happening. Obviously there's guidelines they have to follow, but they make the calls, and then
the canceling ports are up to them.
Yeah, and usually the captain always goes back to the same ship for the most part, or same, like, sister ship. So, like, the 3 that I worked on were all the same ship, but they were different ships, you know what I mean? Like, they had different names.
And the captains just kind of rotated between them all?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you would probably want a captain that's familiar with their vessel.
Exactly, yeah.
So...
And just, like, the size of it and stuff, because obviously that would make a difference for sailing. Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. We could super go into this if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me.
Well, I don't know. Like, I was just going to say, like, even for parking the ship, but then I was going to say the captain doesn't really park it or anything.
No, you have
not park,
a pilot,
dock
right?
it. Yeah, the pilot always comes on to do all that. So I guess the captain's just there to... make decisions, more or less. He doesn't even really drive the ship. I mean, he's living the dream. If you're a captain, like you're living the dream.
Pilot. Yeah. Airline pilots they take off, they put it in autopilot, they make any...
No, I mean, like, the captain's not even usually... Like, he's often not even in the bridge. Like, it's the bridge workers, like, the office workers working, and then if they need the captain, they'll call the captain, but...
That's not bad. It's not a bad gig.
No. I mean, it takes years to get there.
You know how much money they get?
Oh, probably stupid money. Like, some of the people that I was working with...
I mean, 7 figures?
Yeah, maybe.
$1 million, eh?
A year?
Yeah.
Maybe.
What do you think their contracts are? Like 4 months for $250?
Well, you get paid monthly. It's not like a set rate.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get a contract, you sign it, and it's like, okay, this is $250,000.
Well, like, okay, for example, like, somebody I knew who was a 3-stripe officer. So it goes half stripe, or no stripes, half stripe, 1 stripe, 2 stripe, 3 stripe, and captain's 4 stripe, I think.
So, like, first officer?
And a 3 a 3-stripe officer was making 10 or 12 grand a month. So, and you'd be on board for 4 months at a time.
It's 40
Go
grand.
home for a month.
So they probably make, yeah, so, okay, well, then I don't think.
Maybe not a million.
I don't think a million then. There's no way, maybe like the top ranked captains.
But I mean, if you think about it though, like, those people aren't spending anything. Like when you're an officer, you're getting everything handed to you on board. Like, I mean, even for me, like I was not an officer, like I didn't have any stripes or anything. And
could you have been being a dancer?
Dancers, no. Well, our dance captain, I think, had one or half a stripe or something.
Half a stripe. Here,
yeah.
Here's like half a pin.
But she doesn't actually physically get them. She just had them. So she had like officer rights, yeah. Because it's all by ranking. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Well, I understand. Yeah, I get the ship rank. So
yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
And you were mostly based out of like Australia, New Zealand, and
yeah, Australia was
Southeast.
like the home port always, like our turnaround.
Malaysian, French Polynesians, kind of.
Yeah, I mean Australia was our home port, and then whatever was around it.
South Pacific kind of area.
Yeah, South Pacific. Yeah, we went up to Asia, but we only went to Asia for a month or a month and a half or something.
Yeah.
And then
what's your favorite island?
My favorite island, probably Moorea. It's near Bora Bora. It's very similar to Bora Bora. It's just like a bigger version of it. Bora Bora is like insanely small. We stupidly rented a car and drove around the entire island in half an hour.
And what'd you do with the car?
And then we just like returned it. We're like, hey, we're just gonna go to like the huts and hang out now. Like that was such a waste. We could have ran around the island.
Four Season huts.
Yeah, we did. It was amazing. Yeah, it was super cool. We got to like kind of check them out and see them. But like I said, like Bora Bora was cool. It was super small.
And when you just anchor off shore and then charter like a boat in? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was a tender port. I mean, I don't remember 100%. This was years ago, but pretty sure it was a tender port.
Okay, I find it hard to believe that it would have a ship port for such a small island.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking about it actually, like it's probably pretty shallow. Yeah,
there's an atoll outside, right? And then you have to go into the atoll. And then the island's in the middle.
Yeah, it was definitely a tender port. All those little islands were.
Yeah.
But yeah, Moorea was probably my favorite island.
What did it have on it?
What did it have on it?
Yeah.
It was the same as Bora Bora. Like,
I've never been to Bora Bora, so.
Okay, well, Bora Bora has hotels.
Yeah,
and it has one little like bar restaurant thing called Bloody Mary's, and it's pretty famous, obviously, for Bora Bora because it's the only one.
Is it like local people that live there, or is it a mix between people that came there one time on a vacation, fell in love, and moved there?
I don't know if there was many of those people that actually lived there that like were vacationers. There was from what I seen, it was more locals that were working there. From what I remember as well.
Okay, so there was no like. Because like when we were
I didn't see the people like you and me working there. No, it was more like Polynesian people working there.
Okay, yeah. Because like when we went to Thailand and Southeast Asia, there was places where they were owned and run by Westerners that fell in love with the country and decided to move, and this was their way of life.
No, there's definitely more locals working. I can't remember off the top of my head if I've seen any Westerners. I'm sure there was a few, but not from what I remember. So it wasn't an abundance of them. No. But
I always wondered how that would I love
it's such a small island though. Like I don't know if many Westerners would go there and be like, "This is where I want to live."
What's their native tongue?
Oh, I would say Polynesian, but I don't remember off the top of my head. No.
But they all mostly spoke English. Yeah.
I don't remember having an issue there. No.
I mean, tourism's probably the main.
I feel like everywhere we ported, like there was communication was always
good,
capable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good necessarily, but capable, like, because that's what they thrive off, right? Like, places like Vanuatu, like, that's all they get is, like, cruise ship travel. And I guess, like, people from Australia and New Zealand might pop over there, but, like, other than that, their biggest tourism, I'd have to think, is cruise ships. So they have to be able to speak it.
Yeah. I mean, islands like that, during times like this, they must be pretty cautious. Because they don't have these medical facilities that they can just...
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way because...
They're really safe or they're not.
And they're just, like, thriving so intensely. Like, they're a third world country, like, or island, I guess. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And they're just thriving off that tourism so intensely that maybe they're just risking it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the collapse of an island economy would probably be devastating.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Well, even like...
How would they buy... Like, if they can't sustain themselves with food, then they have to buy off to one of the mainlands, and they'll get the food shipped to them. But if they don't have the income to buy products, then they're pretty much fending for themselves, and they have to resort back to old style of fishing and gathering and all that stuff that some islands still do today.
Yeah. Well, it was like when we were in Southeast Asia, like it seemed like they were pretty much a lot of times thriving off like their fishing and stuff. Like when we were in Kappa and stuff.
Those are big countries, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have their own import or their own source of food and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like in Alberta, we grow beef.
Yeah.
You know, we got large cattle farms. So I mean, we're not.
What do we grow here? I guess cow? No, chicken.
BC, we got farms.
Cranberries, blueberries.
Yeah, cranberries. We had a lot of blueberries. Yeah, I don't actually know. Good question.
Me neither. Got me curious.
We got a lot of tourism too here.
I feel like a lot of chickens. Like we always have egg farms.
Yeah, a lot of chickens, a lot of dairy too. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pit meadows. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about Vancouver's source of.
No, me neither.
Yeah, it's not something.
It's a topic for another day. I guess.
Of course.
And a different podcast, probably.
Yeah, maybe someone that's more educated.
Yeah.
Which is sad because we live here. So.
It is really sad. We know more about other places sometimes than our own. It's kind of depressing.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, which is kind of depressing.
A little bit, but...
we got to start shopping local more, I guess.
Well, we do.
Feeding local tourism. We do. We try to, I feel, you and me, in the summer. Not really in the winter. We used to. Not so much anymore, actually.
I don't know where Meridian gets their stuff.
I think it's local.
They say it is, but I mean...
I don't think they would lie.
You'd be surprised who lies.
I guess.
Yeah. But, so your favorite island was Mawawa?
Moorea. Yeah.
Not Mawawa.
Yeah.
Moorea. And that's just by Bora Bora and the French Polynesians?
Yes.
And then, where's your favorite place in the world?
My favorite place in the world? It's hard for me to narrow it down place-wise, but if I were to go back traveling somewhere, I'd love to go back to anywhere in Asia, I think.
All of Asia? Like,
I just
about,
love...
mainland Asia, Southeast Asia?
Honestly, anywhere in Asia. Like, if somebody was like, let's just take off, I'd say let's go to Asia. And
someone's like, hey, let's go to Wuhan.
Wherever they want. Okay, maybe not right now, obviously.
Well,
not
you
going
can't leave. You can't
not
leave.
even leaving my house right now, let alone going to Asia.
Yeah, well, you can't
Nothing against Asia right now, but just saying, not traveling right now.
Yeah. Actually, it's a lot less cases than here right now, supposedly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I adored Southeast Asia. I thought that was super cool, but I just find
Vietnam's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'd go back there for sure in a heartbeat.
The food's very good.
Oh yeah, I miss it so much every day.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of Vietnam?
What was my favorite part? Honestly, I just loved like the vibe you get from it. It's just so like cultured and almost like kind of laid back, but I don't know.
Well, that's because we're going more along the coastline.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing I just love about Asia so much is there is just so much culture. Everywhere you turn is just culture. And I think that's super cool. Like, we don't really get that here. Like, you don't walk down the street and just feel like, oh, I'm totally in Canada right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. How did, so that was your first time backpacking. How did you enjoy backpacking compared to traveling with a suitcase? And even though we did see a lot of people traveling with a suitcase, which is a big change from when I was first in Southeast Asia back in 2012.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked it. I think I definitely will pack lighter next time. I thought I packed super light. I packed about 2 weeks worth of clothes, and I think if I had done 1 week's worth of clothes, it would have been perfect because we were doing laundry. So I think in that aspect, that could have been a little bit lighter on the old sack, but I thought it was good. I had those packing cubes, which were amazing, and if anybody's going traveling, I highly suggest getting some packing cubes off Amazon. Amazon.
For certain things, I liked them, but I'm old school. I just roll up my stuff and stick it in the bag.
See, for me though, like I just opened my bag and like I had a cube for pants, or not pants, I guess, shorts and like tops and whatever. And Like, I didn't feel like I was always unpacking and packing. Like, my stuff was just always ready to go, whether I was unpacked or packed. Like, I just felt super organized. And, like, I feel like if I was not in those packing cubes, I would have always been constantly unpacking my clothes and then repacking them. And I think I would have gotten really annoyed with that.
Yeah.
Because even, like, when we go...
Yeah,
like, when we went to Disneyland, Mexico, like, I felt like I was constantly packing and unpacking there even, and, like, living out of a suitcase almost, whereas with the cubes, like, it was more of, like, an organized, like, drawer almost.
Yeah.
That's my passionate speech about packing cubes, I guess.
I get it. I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I just like to... I mean, I'm a guy, though. I just like to throw it all in. I don't keep things organized.
We also had two different styles of backpack. Like, you had top and bottom load, and mine was, like, full unzipped.
Yeah, your backpack is a lot different. Mine more like a hiking backpack. Yours was probably more of a traveling
like a body
backpack.
bag. It was huge.
Yeah, yours is more of like a traveling backpack. Where mine's like I'm hiking a mountain.
Well, yours is more just like old school. Like, I feel like the full on open up like a suitcase kind of style backpack is a newer thing.
No, I mean, maybe a better version of it isn't newer.
Not newer, but like newer since you first went to Europe or traveling or whatever.
Well, my backpack was 2012.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, right. You got that new one.
Yeah, but we like. I went backpacking in 2007 out of high school, and 2007. Yeah, 2007. So the year after high school, I went, and I did an old school backpack, top stuff, same style, and I was like, okay, I want that. And then when I went shopping, I was like, okay, I got to get the venting air. And I also want dual purpose for hiking up like Golden Ears and other mountains. Yeah. And it worked for me. I mean, I traveled 3.5 months.
I think a backpack is so personal,
4
though.
months
Like,
with that, and it's fine.
Like, I'm so much, like, I mean, I'm not a dude either, so I'm just, like, visual. I like to see my clothes and, like, decide what I want to wear that day or that night.
But did you notice that as we got, like, further into traveling... Like,
I just kept wearing the same things over and over. Like, I didn't care anymore.
You're,
that's what I mean. Like, I should have
you.
packed for, like, 1 week. Not even, like, a half a week, and I would have been fine.
Like, I wore the same 2 pairs of swimming shorts pretty much the whole
I feel like I was,
6 weeks.
near the end, I was forcing myself to wear things because it was like, you're lugging it around, just change it up and wear it. Like, do it for the gram, too, you know? Change up those outfits.
Yeah, the gram.
No, but, yeah. I would have packed differently. And, like, I packed... like 2 weeks in advance. I did so much research, and I thought I did a really good job. Like, at the end, I had taken so much stuff out of my bag. Thank God I did, and made it so much lighter, and it was still, like, too much stuff. But I don't know. Yeah. That's just who I am, and I don't know if I'll ever change. Overpacker.
I don't think you'll be backpacking again.
Oh, no.
At least not in the youthful way. Now we're going to have a kid. I mean, you could backpack with a kid, I guess.
I could just see us going, like, if we were going to go on, like, a trip somewhat in that realm, a backpack would be handy to take. Because you got your kid and everything, and you're not wheeling a bag behind you. But I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever take it's like a wheelie case to, like, a long trip like that. Because lugging it around, even when we went to... Netherlands and Berlin and like Germany for the winter.
On the train ride, it was a bit hectic.
It was just it was like we had to pack a bit because we over Christmas, so you have nice outfits and all that stuff. So it's easier to pack nice outfits
and like you had to pack for winter, so you had to pack all the sweaters, so
heavier clothes, and you leave room for. So we all each of us had a big suitcase and one small. And so just having all that and then getting on the trains and stuff. I mean, it was a lot easier because we only had 2 destinations.
Well, in Amsterdam it was crappy too because of the stairs. Like, oh my god, vertical stairs.
We were in a penthouse loft apartment, so you go.
But you might get that at a lot of places in Amsterdam. I feel.
Yeah, probably.
Because like even in the pubs and stuff, like to get to the bathroom, you go down the stairs, and it's like you're climbing a ladder.
Mm-hmm. Stairs are narrow, and they're straight up because they want to save space, right? When space is short, like Italy's a lot like that. Same with France, France.
Well, I never noticed it that bad in either of those places.
Really? Did you go into like residential places?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You didn't notice it?
No.
Huh. I did.
Guess we noticed different things, I guess.
I mean, but I'm a builder, so I noticed that stuff.
I feel like I would have noticed if it was like, that was like one of the first things I noticed about Amsterdam. I was like, these stairs are insane. Like, the ones in our apartment, like, we're literally climbing.
Okay, well, that is not code at all. But I mean,
do they have code there? It doesn't seem like it.
I probably do now. But yeah, those things were that place was built. I don't know, maybe like 1700s.
Yeah.
And then just remodeled. Right? So you're just taking the shell and just remodeling it and making it look nice.
Yeah. They did good.
Yeah, they did do good. Would you ever go back to Europe?
Europe, yeah. Like I said, like, I don't think it'd be my first destination choice.
No, it's probably going to be Disneyland with the kid.
Yeah.
Small trips with the kid first, and then venture out.
I adored Amsterdam. I thought it was amazing. I would love to go to Scandinavia, like Sweden and Norway. But I don't know. I've never had like a huge passion to go to Europe. But yeah, I don't know. I love Asia so much.
Well, it's just so different.
It is so different.
You
and
Europe,
like, I don't
you
know.
get a lot of familiarities in Europe, where in Asia it's a totally different culture.
Yeah.
Even though we have such a large Asian population here, it's not. It's more westernized Asia than Southeast Asia and Asia in general.
I also thought, like, the people there are just so genuine. They're so nice. Like, it was, like...
Most people are really nice, especially when you're coming to their country to spend
Yes
money.
and no, I don't know. Do you always feel like that when you're even local or
different.
North America in general?
I don't know.
I can say more times than not when I'm
a lot
traveling outside of Canada.
To tourists than I am to, like, just... I mean, I'm friendly in general, but I know I'm a lot more friendlier to tourists because I want them to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like...
But a lot of people don't feel that way here, I feel like people get annoyed by it.
Yeah, but that's that like Trump mentality, like keep the foreigners out and stuff. Like, people forget that tourism is a big part of a lot of economies. And especially in Vancouver, where, you know, we host the Olympics and we have one of the nicest resorts in the world. And we have a beautiful city that has mountain and ocean. Like, I mean, this is like a very rare area to have such a major city, and tourism. We're definitely built for that as a large economy. So this is probably, if like situations doesn't improve by summer, a lot of businesses are going to take a huge hit, which will drive...
businesses are already taking a huge hit. Like, even closing down for this 1 to 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, but I mean, it's reboundable. But if
Yeah.
you're closed down during the summer where a lot of tourism is, like, I mean,
Well,
think about this will probably be a quiet summer because people can't get out.
Camping, even, like, I don't know how much money people close. No, but they're closed for all May, so May long weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, done.
Yeah, well, people go camping. I mean, that's the funny thing. For me personally, if I'm going camping, I'd rather go camping. Like, when I took you to Widgeon...
I know, but a lot of people, like, with families and stuff, like, that's a huge weekend. Like, you have to book that months in advance. Like,
yeah, but...
I think you have to book, 3 months in advance, and you have to. Like, yeah, like all the provincial park camping.
Okay, so glamping.
Okay, I'm sorry that you don't like it, but most people go it. Like, you,
I get it.
If you were to try and book something on an average day that we were in, like, last year at this time, you would not be able to get anything for May long weekend. Guaranteed.
I'm actually not a huge glamper.
I know you're not. I'm saying the average person. You're not average.
I'm above average.
Sure, we'll call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I don't know. We aren't getting into that, though.
No, but... I'm not even going to bother talking about camping because...
Hey, I mean, Widgeon was fun once we got there. It was the getting there that I wanted to murder you about.
But, okay, so you have to hike, and you got to take... Well, first off, everyone wanted to have that glamping mentality, so everyone overpacked.
Okay, I brought essentials.
Yeah, those essentials.
If I had not brought those blankets to sit on, we would have been sitting on mud and then sleeping in muddy pants. Like, gross.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but, like, there's a fine line between glamping and just being disgusting.
You're a hiker that would need a Sherpa at all times.
No.
Yeah.
I would have been fine had it not been pitch dark and us hiking for an hour and a half after it had rained and it was so slippery.
The time we went, we should not
pitch
go at
dark,
dusk.
And I didn't have a flashlight.
We started hiking, and it was a 45-minute hike in from the canoe trip, and we started at dusk.
Yeah. I just remember going back down after you made us pass the area that we...
I couldn't see, right? I thought we were going in the...
I remember coming back down the hill, and there was this one point, I was standing on this, like, kind of, like, ledge that I had to step down, like, just a regular size step. And I just stopped and looked at it, and I just was like, if I take one wrong move here, my backpack is going to tumble me over, and I'm going to roll down this whole hill because my bag was so heavy. And it was so muddy and slippery. And I just remember Tyler looking back at me being like, are you okay? And I was like,
I remember...
I don't know. Like, just catch me if I fall here.
You know what's funny is I remember looking back and you were like because you were carrying way too much stuff.
It was like probably the same weight as me.
Yeah. And I remember looking back at you and I knew if I came back to you, I would get an earful. So I just led. I just stayed in front.
I tried to keep it cool for a while, and then it got pitch dark and like slippery, and I was over it. I was in so much pain.
Yeah, setting up the tents in the dark and all that stuff.
And we were like starving.
But at least I got a fire going right away.
Yeah, you're lucky you know how to make a fire.
Yeah, that's probably my greatest skill, skill.
But yeah, once we got set up, it was fun time. I had a great trip.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. Is it?
I don't think I'd bring the one dog next time.
When did we go again? We went August.
Yeah, it was like the end of August.
End of August. It was a little cooler, not that warm, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that hot, but I mean, it's not like we were going to go swimming.
When it gets really,
that
creek is beautiful to swim in. It's crystal clear. It was unfortunate that area was just kind of where it was, but like it was a nice big pool. You know, if the old trail didn't get washed out, I knew exactly where we would have gone, but. For some reason, I guess...
Well, our spot ended up being quite perfect, I think.
It was. Really
like a lot of people, as they walk by, were like, oh, man, that's a good spot.
But that's the thing, right? There's another spot that's down
It's a good thing we got it Friday night at pitch dark before anybody arrived the next day, right?
Yeah. That was also lucky. A lot of people go camping Friday night, come back.
I feel so lucky.
I just hated how it was
makes for a good laugh now.
Yeah.
And even the next day.
I just hated how much it was on the
walking path.
Yeah, like people walking.
But it would have been fine if
the dogs would
Kulu,
go nuts.
Yeah, Vader would have been fine. It was just Kulu. She's too much of a diva. She's a glamper in her house with a blankie and a fire.
She was fine. Actually, no, she wasn't fine when she went up to Golden Ears.
No, I remember you telling me that she whined the whole time and you had to carry her some of the way.
A little bit, but she also, I let her out in the morning and then she went up to these two women's campsite and just started barking at them at 5:30 in the morning as the sun was coming up. I was like, oh my God.
Probably wanted her breakfast from somebody.
I had to hike up there and get her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was brutal.
I don't doubt it.
It was so brutal. So.
That dog is needy.
Yeah, well. It's, when you have a dog.
This isolation has made me realize that she works like clockwork.
Yeah, well, she went
3:30 every single day begging for a treat, and then 5 o'clock begging for dinner, and between 8 and 9 sending herself to bed.
You can get dogs, and dogs are like a little bit like
I don't know.
kids.
Vader just sleeps all day. He doesn't whine for nothing.
Yeah, well, he's a dude.
Maybe for a walk every day.
Guys are a lot low maintenance. Girls are high maintenance.
Kulu's high maintenance.
Yeah, she's a girl. But I mean, you can start getting them into routines, and then once they're in a routine and they get old like her, like 11-year-old dog is so used to.
It's just funny how like she's so synced up. Like literally every day this week. Like I think she was off by 3 minutes the other day, and I was surprised. But literally every day, 3:30 whining because she wants her treat.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool in a way. Annoying, but cool.
Yeah. So, for your opinion, what would you say the essential things you need? 5 essential things you need during the isolation time to pass the time?
Number 1, mini eggs.
Okay, well, that's probably a good thing.
All right, no. To pass the time? Oh, that's different.
To help alleviate the long stretches of how long 24 hours actually is in a day.
Okay, for me personally, having some good workouts to do that are entertaining.
Yeah.
That's been important because I'm just, well, as you know, I'm a very active person regularly. So going from teaching 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. Wait, 5 days a week? Yeah, I said that right. Sorry. Pregnant brain. And then to do nothing is a little bit of a shock for the body. So having some fun workouts that I have, and then a lot of people have been posting amazing live things. That's been helpful.
Okay, that's one.
What else? I don't know. What else have I done? Some good Netflix shows.
Yeah, well, yeah, streaming services.
Except I binged my whole show in 2 days, so now
that's
I'm screwed.
the problem with it, right? Binging
so you need more activities. I don't know. Somebody should be telling me what I need, I guess. I don't know. I guess I could be crafting. Craft supplies.
That's the thing, right? You got to use what you have because a lot of those stores are going to start shutting down now. If they haven't already.
So you should stock up on craft supplies at all times and have them handy.
For me, it's having some time to designate to just getting physical and mental health, like doing a walk.
Even just going for a walk.
Yeah, or going out and doing a quick workout outside if the weather's nice, or even upstairs in a room that you can get away from. Streaming services are a must.
Yeah.
For me, streaming service and video games, those two things go hand in hand. They eat up a lot of time.
Yeah, I noticed today.
Books,
and the other day.
Books are good.
Like, see, I've had like 2 books beside me all day, and I just can't get motivated to read them, but I don't know. They're also kind of educational books, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, fair enough. And then also, just because we're isolated doesn't mean we can't hang out with friends. I mean, could you imagine doing this?
You better word this properly because a lot of people are doing this incorrectly.
No, I know, but I'm saying, can you imagine if technology hadn't advanced? Like, if we were doing this and it was like 1980s.
Yeah.
And we have to watch TV and you'd have to call people. But
oh my God, could you imagine trying to get on your dial-up internet right now?
Well, that's not.
It would probably have crashed. Oh yeah, 80s. Okay.
Yeah, mid-90s, late.
But even imagine if we had dial-up right now, like, no, you would not be getting on.
Yeah, why?
Because everybody's trying to get on.
No, dial-up was fine. You just use the home phone.
I don't know.
I had dial-up.
I feel like mine was kind of sketch on a regular day.
That's because people tried to call out a lot. I remember I would, when my brother was on and I wanted to call someone, I would hop on the phone and it would be like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then you could kick people off by picking up the phone.
By picking up the phone and then pressing dialing number a couple times. And then that person would get kicked off and then I'd hang up and you pick up the phone and you dial again. And then you'd be like, and then my brother would come yelling at me and stuff.
Yeah. But little sibling problems.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, one thing is fun you could do is FaceTime. Yeah. Get a face group time. Like, we did that last night and had some drinks.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time. It was...
Disclaimer, I did not have drinks. They did.
Yeah. It was good to hang out and talk and play some games without actually having to be in the same room, which is unfortunate that we're not able to be at this time. But
no, but we definitely made it work.
It's a nice way. I mean, I've seen people take pictures and posting like, "Hey, girls' night," and then they have like 8 people in a FaceTime group on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
So that is a good way of keeping your social distance, but still getting to hang out with your friends in a sense.
Yeah, it definitely it kind of felt like we were hanging out too. Like
stimulates
it was funny.
The brain. It gets you kind of feeling like you're not trapped in a house by yourself. And for people that are maybe don't have significant others or pets or anybody, and they're just in their home. I feel for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be I don't know what I would be doing. I think I'd be trying to contact a lot of my friends.
Trying to get an isolation buddy.
Yeah.
Someone come live with me.
Get on Tinder and be like, hey, looking for someone that can quarantine with me.
Yeah.
Or like self-isolate.
Yeah, that'd be hard. It was nice to like chat with other people. Like as much as I love chatting with you all week, it's... I don't know. We haven't really ran out of things to talk about or anything, but it's just nice to like pick other people's brains. Yeah.
Still talking.
Yes, and still both.
Well, I mean, I will say I'm thankful for some of the studios releasing their movies early.
Yeah, that's been nice. Yeah, a lot of people have like stepped up to try and like help the entertainment side of things. Like I was saying, like all those live videos, like a lot of dance classes have been streamed live and workouts and.
Yeah. What did you think of that? Imagine that the celebrities did.
Oh, it was cute. I don't know. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I don't know. It's
an idea. Like, I don't know. Just something to do. I think more or less. Like, I don't know what point they were trying to prove or whatever. I think it was just for fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, if it was just for fun,
they're all in isolation. What else are you gonna do? Like, contact all your famous friends and make
if it was like
a remix.
You see some of those famous people being like, "Hey guys, this is really tough. I know," and they're like got a massive pool behind them, basketball court, indoors, whatever, bowling alley, and they're like, "This is really tough." And they got like 12 servants and stuff around. And I was just like. Having a hard time, and just we'll get through this together. And then there's people that are like in small little rooms and just having a horrible time.
Yeah, it's very different for everybody, I think. But even when people with kids think about it, like trying to entertain kids, like this week, okay, it's been sunny and nice, but next week it's going to be raining, like. Boy.
Yeah, man, that's
get on those Pinterest activities, I guess, and hope you stocked up on your craft beforehand.
Yeah,
like I said, essential. But yeah, no, it's in all seriousness, yeah, that is.
That's
tough.
Honestly, that's like just to keep my kids entertained. I think I would start introducing them to video games if they weren't already.
I guess, but that's a long time to play video games for a child. Like,
really? I mean, some kids are playing video games nonstop.
Yeah, it's not good.
Some are making tons of money from it, so not good or too good. But
not good.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hopping on and doing this with me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys later. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah. And next week, hopefully, everything is a little better, and maybe we can get Ryan back on.
Oh, it'll be better with Ryan.
Well, I mean,
I'm just bugging
you. You know, all the self-isolation. Maybe, I don't know. It might be worse. Who knows? So
stay healthy and safe, everyone. Wash your hands and keep your distance.
Yeah, do your part. Peace.